Hello everyone, it's me again, and I'm back with another video. Today's video will be, what if Green Lantern was in The Incredibles? Now, I didn't think about this at first, but I decided to make it because, well, recently they're making a new Green Lantern show called My Adventures with Green Lantern, which will be in direct continuity with My Adventures with Superman, but it will have Jessica Cruz as the main character. There has also been the announcement of a Starfire show. I'll get to a Teen Titans video about that in the future. I'll get to a Teen Titans War in the Incredibles What If in the future. I'll get to that in the future, but not right now. But let's just move on to what if Green Lantern was in the Incredibles. I would picture this being Hal Jordan. Wait, so no Jon Stewart or Jessica Cruz? I actually think they would be a part of this. Like, that would be me being racist and sexist towards those two. Like, it just would. I don't like it. So, by the time of... I could actually picture, Alan Scott maybe being the first Green Lantern and he passes his reign down to Hal Jordan. I know that's not what happened in the comics, but again, Alan Scott was like the first Green Lantern in the comics. I do think we would have seen Star Sapphire in this universe. I do think she could have been in this universe, along with others like Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, heck, even Kilowog. As for villains, I could imagine Sinestro, Atrocitus, Larfleeze, and Blackhand appearing. Maybe even the Manhunters. But I could picture Saint Walker and maybe Indigo One appearing too. I could possibly picture these two appearing. Now, what would the heroes think of Green Lantern? They'd be a bit more mixed on him. On one hand, they like him, because he has some of their powers, like flying, that kind of thing. But on the other hand, they would hate him because he got his powers from an alien object, while they all got their own powers from where they are, Earth. But I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, so they'd be more positive on him than negative on him. Now, how would he have reacted to the Super Registration Act? It would still happen. He would give up his reign and put it in his pocket and hide it because he doesn't want to join the government. No, he doesn't. He would eventually marry Carol Ferris and they would have children. I could imagine Jon Stewart and Jessica Cruz doing the same thing as well, giving up their reigns. Maybe even Guy Gardner and Kyle Rayner, or maybe Simon Boz if they were to exist. But Kilowog, I think, would want to be in space. Now, what would Syndrome do in this case? I think he would know of Green Lantern, so would want some of the Omnidroids to look like the Manhunters. Maybe he would want, instead of the Omnidroids, he could use the Manhunters. I'm not too sure. But I feel like he would want to use the Omnidroids regardless, with a mix of the Manhunter's abilities, which in turn would make the Omnidroid a lot more dangerous. They would essentially, Mirage would give Hal and maybe Carol the same message they gave to Mr. Incredible, but they decline because they know the law. I think the same would be said for John and Jessica, but they would both decline. I would imagine John and Jessica finding their own spouses and having children of their own. Guy Gardner, Simon Boz, or even Kyle Rayner, I'm not too sure. But maybe. Due to all the rejects, they would decide to go with Mr. Incredible, and the rest of the movie plays out the same. Up until the final battle, where essentially Hal Jordan sees the destruction being caused by this new Omni droid, probably the Manhunter's abilities. And so he, Carol, John, and Jessica would come out of hiding to help fight the Incredibles and Frozone, fight the Omni droid and destroy in the end. Maybe even Kilowog can come. Along with maybe, Kyle Rayner, Gardner, and Simon Boz. But that depends if they were to exist, honestly. The events in Incredibles 2 wouldn't change much other than that Hal, John, Jessica, Carol, and the rest of the Green Lanterns I mentioned would play an active part in the story and would, of course, participate in the final battle on the boat, being one of the supers to have been hypnotized. And whatever Incredibles 3 will be about, you can imagine him being there. So that's what if Green Lantern was in The Incredibles. Man, it's been a long time since I've done any of these videos. But my next video on this will be what if Daredevil was in The Incredibles, in preparation for Daredevil Born Again. Anyways, bye.